Hey there everybody, Hell's First here, and we're going to talk about a character in Genshin Impact that is just pure badass. This is Ningguang, or Ning for short, however you want to say it. She is a badass. Not only is she a Geo user, which allows her to mine super fast and do all sorts of crazy shit, she also does ungodly amounts of damage. So we're going to pull her up here. And Ning, I've got at level 70. HP is at 12,816, attack 1264, defense 543, elemental mastery 82, and max stamina, of course, at 200. Now, what makes her so powerful is her talents. So check this out. Normal attack, Sparkling Scatter, right? Shoots gems that deal geo damage. Upon hit, this grants Ningguang 1-star Jade. And these star Jades are what makes this character. So what you do, you get 3 of those to all swirl around your character. And when you use a Power Blast, the charged attack, it consumes a certain amount of stamina to fire off a giant gem that deals geo damage. And any star jade she has will also fire at the enemy as well, dealing additional damage. So what this does is allows you to essentially be a non-stop Iron Man, just launching rockets all over the place and watching them decimate the opponents like it's absolutely nothing. It's really cool to watch. It's really fun to play. It takes a little more skill than most of the other characters in the game, but it does help dominate the field faster. So, on top of that, you've got Jade Screen. Now, what Jade Screen does is it blocks enemy projectiles, which comes incredibly in handy against those Abyss Mages. It also is great against those giant Ruin Guards when they lock onto you with all the rockets. You just throw that thing up, it stops everything in spot. On top of that, endurance based on how long it stays out scales based on your max HP. So you want to make sure you at least have one of your artifacts going for HP, which is going to be the flower in every single set. It's considered Geo Construct, and it does massive damage. AoE geo damage. This thing hits hard as a truck. Just drops things left and right. I'm telling you, this thing it's broken. It's broken beyond fuck. I'm not gonna lie here. This is one of the greatest abilities I've seen in the game, and it's got such a huge AoE area that it just levels the battlefield no matter where you are. So this is pretty sweet to have. Now, we come to our ultimate, which is Star Shatter. Now, Star Shatter is gathering a great number of gems. She scatters them all at once, sending homing projectiles at her enemies that deal massive geo damage. If it's cast when a Jade Screen is nearby, the Jade Screen will fire additional gem projectiles at the same time. It is amazing. It says at the bottom here, Stars Shatter, Silence Falls, because this is the Iron Man right here. This is what makes you feel like you are Iron Man, is when you watch her jump up in the air, spin around, and fire out 9 bajillion fucking missiles, and it just homes in on the target and just drops them out of midair. It's why we play games. It's why all of us play games, just to see something like this happen on screen to make you feel like the most absolute badass on the face of the planet. This is what makes Ningguang for me. This ability right here, Start Shatter, this is what allows you to set yourself apart from everybody else. Yeah, the normal attack and the charged attack are great. The Jade Screen is awesome AoE. This right here is what makes me want to play this character, because it is just the coolest thing I've ever seen, and the damage is astronomical. It just leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else I've played with. Now, backup plan is her first Ascension talent. And what it does is when you have Star Jades, which are the deals that are circling around you, charged attack does not consume stamina, which is nice because you're going to be bobbing and weaving around the battlefield here, dodging around, constantly trying to run through your Jade screen. And the reason because of that is strategic reserve, which is when a character passes through the Jade screen, they will gain a 12% geo damage bonus for 10 seconds. So you're dashing around, you're flying through the screen, everything that you can do revolves around staying the fuck away and not getting hit to stay alive. So you want to not use that stamina for your charged attack, because your charged attack, after you've got 3 of the normal attacks going, the charged attack is what's going to make the big damage. So you want to fire 1, 2, 3, then charge attack. So it's really nice that it doesn't use stamina because you're just going to be bouncing around. Then you've got Trove of Marvelous Treasures. This displays the location of nearby ore veins for iron ore, white iron ore, crystal ore, and magical crystal ore on the mini-map. Cool to have. Definitely doesn't make her the character God. You know, that has nothing to do with it whatsoever. Now, the big thing that you can do here is you can team her up with Noelle or any other Geo user, the Traveler if you want, doesn't matter. And if you have a shield on, it automatically gives you a 15% attack damage boost. Or if you have Diluc or Xingying and Amber, doesn't matter. Just pop on 2 fire people. Bennett, you know, he's available for sale now. Put Bennett in there with Diluc. Get 25% damage increase. And now you're even dumping more damage out on top of that. One of the cool things on top of that is when you do a crystallize, which is her elemental reaction. I know people say she doesn't have one, but she does. It's called crystallize, and you pretty much do it every single time you hit something. And what crystallize does is it drops a crystal based on the element of what you were attacking. So if you're attacking something that's water-based, it's going to drop a water crystal, and you run through that crystal, and all of a sudden you and your whole team gets a water shield. You know how them big guys jump up in the air and land on you? They can land on you. It doesn't hurt. You've got the water shield. It just bounces off you and does 0 damage, allowing you to continue raining hell on the entire battlefield. It's broken, guys. Broken. There's not many characters in this game that I would consider broken, but this one right here, busted. Just busted as fuck. So let's get into the artifacts. Now, I'm running the Resolution of Sojourner set, which is attack plus 18%. Obviously, I'll run that until I get to the point of an AR-40 and I can finally get the 5-star Gladiators Finale. Because that's what I would run with it, is the 5-star Gladiators Finale. And then the Berserker for the crit rate plus 12%. We'll get deeper into crit rate here in a little bit. So just hopping in, looking at the artifacts, I've got the Berserker's Battle Mask with crit damage on it at 46.4%, because you want to push some crit into your build. Now, mine rolled with energy recharge, HP, which you need for that Jade screen, defense, and attack plus 14, because attack is, let's face it, key in every build ever. Then we've got for the Goblet, I'm running the Outset of the Brave, and that has geo damage bonus of 34.8%. Since 100% of her attacks are geo based, you can never have too much geo damage bonus. It's always going to help you do more damage whenever you have the chance to do it, which with her is literally every half a second. You constantly are just dumping damage everywhere. So Elemental Mastery, all it does for her is makes those shields be able to take more damage when you pick them up. But I got crit damage plus 17.4%, defense 4.7%, and hit points plus 167. Once again, crit damage we want, HP we want, we don't care about the rest, right? So then, I've got the Berserker's Timepiece to finish up that 2-piece set. It's got crit rate plus 5.3% on it as well, and more energy recharge at 8.3%, and of course a whopping 34.8% attack, which is awesome. Then, Feather of Homecoming, 232 attack. This one I got to roll with HP plus 8.4% and attack plus 3.7%, and that finishes off the 2-piece set of Sojourner set. Oh, I'm sorry, this one finishes it off. But 7.5% attack on the flower with 3571 hit points and more crit rate and more energy recharge. Awesome. Tons of crit rate, tons of energy recharge. Now, what I think sets my Ning build different from the rest is my weapon. I'm running the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. Just the best damn catalyst in the game because it rolls with crit rate on it. And Ningguang lives on crit. This is what makes her, is crit. And this book right here has increased movement speed by 10%. When in battle, gains an 8% elemental damage bonus every 4 seconds. Now, this game considers battle just having around, just standing there and being there. And the max is 4 stacks, and it lasts until the character falls or leaves combat, which is... I mean, I already said she's broken. I've said she's broken. I've said her damage is broken. I've said everything about her is broken. This weapon makes her look like she's not broken at all, because this shit is just nuts. So let me show you what this gets us, all right? So we'll go into details here. As you can see, I'm running at a 52% crit rate and 113.8% crit damage with 117.6% energy recharge. What this means, just these 3 numbers right here, this means non-stop supers, non-stop massive damage. On top of that, because of all my Geo stuff, I've got 78.8% Geo damage, which is insane. Now, if I run through a screen, which is not hard to do considering you have them non-stop, so I run through a screen, go to my details now, I'm at 90.8% Geo damage. This is how you make her a giant Mack truck just slaughtering everything on the highway in front of you. This is truly, in my eyes, hands down the best 4-star character, but might possibly be the best standalone character in the game. She's incredible, and I can't believe that she's been sleeping this long. Nobody knows. Nobody's saying anything. I've seen just a handful of things on the internet about her, and most of the things you see are she needs to be buffed. She's not strong. All she does is defense. Blah, 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 blah. They're all just not paying attention to what you can do if you build her right. So I hope you enjoyed my explanation of why Ning is just a powerhouse and why I think this build is the one you need to chase. And if you did, throw me a subscribe as well as turn that notification bell on so you can see the next time I make one of these videos. Thanks, and until next time, ta-ta.